Before we get too deep into discussing what ethos, pathos, and logos mean, I wanted to just answer the question, why are we learning about them in the first place? It's really important, especially today, as we live in a culture where we're surrounded constantly by messages and arguments, whether that's our social media feed on our phones, billboards that we see on the street, or advertisements that come up on our television shows. We are bombarded with messages. So, when we learn about rhetorical devices, the reason we're doing it is because it helps us to understand that every message that someone creates, whether it's a written piece of work, like an essay or an article, or an advertisement, or even a visual, that creator had some designs on its viewer, or on their viewer or reader. Designs meaning they have some strategy or tactic for getting into your head. If you can understand what these tactics are when you receive or before you receive or are exposed to their message, then you have a better chance of being able to decide for yourself if that message is valid and if you're going to go along with it. What we don't want in today's society, or ever into the future, and what we don't want for you as a college student, is to enter the world without the ability to take the information that you are constantly receiving beyond face value. Learning rhetorical devices and learning about rhetoric helps you to really be able to interpret and correctly comprehend and evaluate the information that you're getting. Because as we know, a lot of the information that's out there isn't good information, and a lot of people who are giving that information are not trustworthy or should not be trusted. Okay, so we're going to go into a little bit more detail here with what those devices are when we talk about rhetorical devices, and you should know that your ability to understand and learn them and memorize them is you really protecting yourself against bad information, but it also allows you to be a more strategic and successful writer and communicator, because then you also understand how to use these tools successfully and effectively. So the next module will start talking about, the next section in this module, we'll start talking about what these devices are and how they're used.